The House Judiciary Committee will consider several pieces of gun legislation this week following the mass shooting. Democrats are considering raising the age to purchase a semi-automatic rifle and banning the sale of large-capacity magazines, with some exceptions. Those proposals are unlikely to get support from Republicans in the Senate. They don't hold a majority, but they can block legislation through the filibuster. Here's 9 News reporter Kelly Maher.
Democrats typically bring forward bills on gun control, so when a Republican state representative in Colorado sponsored one, he knew it was a risk.
I think there are folks that would like to have conversations about public safety topics like this, but they are afraid to take on the topic because of the political repercussions for doing that.
Cole Wiss, who's no longer affiliated with a political party, introduced a red flag bill in 2018. It would have allowed someone's guns to be taken away temporarily if they are deemed a significant risk to themselves or others. He wasn't reelected that year. Wiss thinks the bill didn't help him.
I don't regret introducing the bill. Ultimately, we weren't successful. But I think, it's worth having conversations about this.
Limit on the total amount of tax credits.
The following year, lawmakers in Colorado introduced a different version of a red flag bill, which passed. And now after the shooting in Texas, U.S. senators are talking about a similar idea on the federal level.
Theoretically, the issue underlying it is that it is a big deal to take away a constitutional right from a large swath of people without due process.
9 News Republican political analyst Kelly Maher says passing gun control measures will be really difficult, especially when gun sales spiked during the pandemic, which means more constituents own a gun.
You have people who are trying to create gun control laws who don't understand guns, and then you have people on the other side who haven't yet been sold that any of the ideas proposed will actually make anything better.
Kelly Maher says this conversation becomes even more challenging given the response by police in Texas because it took so long for officers to go inside that classroom. She says after seeing that, gun owners aren't going to want to give up something they feel is necessary to protect themselves, Kyle.
It's interesting, Kelly, the way that each side sees what they want to out of the police response. You'll have people say, well, this means that we need to get tougher on guns because even with police there, they couldn't stop it. And then you'll have other folks say, because police couldn't go in, that's one more reason to arm teachers or whatever else. Yeah,
and again, this is such a divisive issue. It really depends on who you talk to. We're focusing on Republicans, but she's really curious about what those moderate Democrats are going to do in some of these areas where they have a lot of constituents who own a gun as well.
Kelly Maher, thank you.